If you hear me!
Hello everyone, welcome to Holla If You Hear Me's Hot Takes, or Reddit Hot Takes. My name is Andy Nera, I am the kayfabe assassin, and tonight I'm joined by the only Dave whose wrestling opinion matters. It's Dirty Dave, the ring historian himself.
Yes.
You will notice we have a missing member of the team tonight. It's been confirmed he was on our News Drop show. It's been confirmed he is absolutely in a toilet somewhere. We don't yet know if it's in Syria or in Waldringfield, but we are guessing.
Looked
that
like
it's probably
prison to
Syria.
me.
It could have been a prison. It could have been a Syrian prison made to look like Waldringfield. Who knows? But yeah, we will be back to our usual threesome next week. But for now, it is just the gruesome twosome, myself and Dirty Dave, as we run down some of the weirdest, most random, most insane, and let me tell you, some of the stupidest hot takes I've ever seen about wrestling. These have come, oddly enough, from Facebook for a change, not Reddit. But there we are. Yeah, Dave, are you ready for this this hot take situation?
As if I don't have enough stupidity in my life at the moment, you're going to hit me with some of the craziest, most stupid things and expect me to try and keep a straight face. Okay, I'll do the best I can. Politically correct, I will not be.
Well, there you go. Please, obviously, if you're finding this video for the first time, do drop us a like, do drop us a share as well, and subscribe with notifications on. And if you find these hot takes to be just as insane as I'm expecting them to be, and as crazy stupid, then do drop a comment. Or maybe you'd like us to read your hot takes live and react to them ourselves. So please drop a comment and comment your hot take about wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Well, without further ado, I shall get started. The first one tonight, and I quote, AJ Styles' run in WWE is more memorable than Kurt Angle's and is more iconic. Now that's incorporating the whole of AJ Styles' run up to now and the whole of Kurt Angle's WWE run from 99 to 2005.
5, 6?
Maybe, yeah.
2006, 2006, yeah.
2006, yeah.
Um,
Take the floor, please.
so, no. Look, love AJ. I absolutely love him, but it's Kurt Angle. And I don't think... How hard is that to compare? I mean, all right, so he's worked there longer, or a similar amount of time. AJ's had some good matches. Love the two matches with Cena, especially the one at the Royal Rumble in San Antonio. But I mean, I could sit here and list off absolutely every single thing that Kurt Angle done. And I can't do that for AJ, so then how on earth can it possibly... I mean, the comment there was it's more memorable and more... Wasn't it
More
memorable?
iconic.
More
More
iconic.
memorable, more iconic.
Well,
just like,
okay, define iconic. One, he didn't win. AJ hasn't won all available singles titles inside one calendar year, so Kurt Angle did that. I mean, I don't know where we go with this. AJ.
Exactly.
AJ Styles has fought every major superstar. He's fought Brock Lesnar. He's fought Roman Reigns. He's fought John Cena. He's had outstanding matches. AJ is fantastic, but I don't think the company ever quite strapped the rocket ship to him like they did Kurt Angle. And although Angle had his flaws, personal problems or drug problems or whatever it is, and there were times where he wasn't trusted to be the champion. But you don't. We speak about this all the time on the show. You don't have to be the champion all the time. You don't have to be the key striker for the football team every single time. The defender is important sometimes. Look at that opening match at SummerSlam against Rey Mysterio in 2002, that Kurt Angle had. And that set that SummerSlam up to probably be the best SummerSlam because they went, we're going on first, are we? Okay, follow this.
Yeah.
And I just don't think... WWE's just not structured in the same way. The locker room's not structured in the same way. The presentation isn't structured in the same way. So it's so hard now. It's like saying, let's compare Kurt Angle to Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I can't go back and watch that because that was in black and white. You're like, well, hang on a minute. So, love AJ, but He hasn't got a
It's
broken
Kurt.
freaking neck. He hasn't got multiple broken freaking. I mean, has AJ main evented WrestleMania with a broken freaking neck when he
Has he
fought
ever
Brock
even main
Lesnar?
evented
No.
WrestleMania?
Oh well. Then how can it be as iconic?
Oh wait, now actually, I tell a lie. He has technically main evented night one of WrestleMania. Did he main event WrestleMania? The Boneyard match that went on last, didn't it?
Oh, that is a real technicality. I think. Yeah, well done. Yeah, well done.
Did it go on last though? I thought for some reason I thought Drew versus Brock
Oh,
went
hang
on
on.
last that
Was
night.
was WrestleMania 36 two nights?
The COVID one was 2 nights, yeah.
Well, then I think
Night
it
one,
finished. I think it finished night one because night two was Drew winning the title, weren't it?
I thought that was Firefly Funhouse.
No, that I think that like opened the show, didn't it, or something? That was like I think that
Or like
opened night
halfway
two.
through.
Let me see.
You might, yeah. I'm. All I remember is that there's question marks over who main evented WrestleMania 36 with Drew McIntyre. Is it Brock Lesnar or is it Big Show? And there's always a joke, but Big Show actually was the main event, but it wasn't. It was after the broadcast.
Yes, it was
Look,
after the
we're getting
broadcast.
massively
Anyway,
off topic.
yes, but anyway, yes. Carry on, everybody.
My reasoning for Kurt comes down to 3 matches. Kurt versus Shawn,
Mm.
Kurt versus Rock versus Austin versus Hunter versus Rikishi versus Undertaker,
Yes.
and Kurt versus Brock, WrestleMania 19. Those 3 matches on their own, plus you throw in the milk float, the milk
Float.
bath.
Oh my god,
The
yeah.
milk
I mean,
bath in
the
the
Benoit matches, the steel cage match, moonsaulting off the top of the cage, the 3
These are
stages
all-
of hell for the gold
but the
medals
3
match.
But the 3 matches I mentioned on their own are more iconic than anything AJ has done, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like I say,
how
AJ has
can you
fought
even...
all the big guys, but really, that's that 5-star match with Cena at the Rumble. Yeah,
I think maybe that's their basis for this take, is that AJ's had a 5-star match and Kurt hasn't, which, to be honest with you,
yeah, but that's bollocks.
as a wrestling opinionated Dave, you should feel ashamed for the fact that
Well,
your counterpart has not made Kurt Angle have a 5-star match.
He's an absolute moron. He's no. I mean, how? Well, let's not even go there. But I mean, how on earth do you not give Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle 5 stars for their WrestleMania 21 match when all the veterans in the locker room and everybody was coming up? You should read Michaels' book. He's not like when he used to have his bad attitude. People would say great match, but that tongue in cheek, like, because they hated him. After WrestleMania 21, people were phoning him up. But like people who Jesse Ventura phoned Shawn Michaels and said what a great match that is, and stuff like that. And you're just like, I didn't get 5 stars. So anyway, yeah. But no, Kurt freaking Angle. But because Fraz likes Kurt Angle, I'll agree with this guy and say AJ Styles is better. No, I'm joking. I didn't let that breathe. I'm joking. I couldn't.
Right, so our next one, and what might possibly be even more controversial, this was just craziness. Brock Lesnar's SummerSlam dominance greater than Taker's WrestleMania streak. And I will field this one first of all and say this guy is smoking something very rich in THC or massively crystallized and has got ruined teeth, because to be honest with you, there is absolutely no way anyone can justify or argue the fact that Brock Lesnar has ever done anything as good or as iconic as Taker's WrestleMania streak. There were some ups and downs in Taker's WrestleMania streak, of course, King Kong Bundy being one of them, and of course Sid shitting himself, but Taker's WrestleMania streak is far and above probably the biggest thing to have ever happened, maybe in wrestling, other than Hulkamania. Is it fair to say, would that be overstating it in terms of that run?
I think for a generation of fans, that transition from ruthless aggression to sort of PG. There's a massive core of fans that stayed for the streak, and they might not have stayed and watched all year, but they came, that whole WrestleMania season, maybe even from Survivor Series to Mania, they stayed because they wanted to know what Taker was going to do. And that period probably went from maybe WrestleMania 26 to WrestleMania 36, to be fair. But that period where WWE was very, very different, lots of people fell off the product, and the emphasis of the streak or Undertaker performing at WrestleMania, still being able to perform in some way, shape, or form, was massive, absolutely massive. Can that be duplicated? I mean, all right, yeah, like you said, he beat King Kong Bundy with a clothesline, and John Gonzalez was a disqualification. But that is a monstrous streak from 1990, WrestleMania 7, all the way up to WrestleMania 30. So, what can you equate it to? Who in sports has ever done anything like that? No, it's just not comparable.
There's probably an Arsenal fan somewhere saying the Invincible season, but fuck them. There is nothing comparable.
Okay, no one's lost the Premiership as many times as Arsenal from a leading position. Apart from that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or no one's came second more than Arsenal. No, it's Taker all the way, and that is going to stick. I mean, how long has he been retired now?
36. So we're coming up. No, what are we up to now? 40, 41. So 5 years. He's been retired for 5 years.
Yeah,
and it's still talked about.
It's still a monstrous talk, and people still go, "Do you reckon he'll show up this year? Do you reckon he'll do something?" Look at him coming out of WrestleMania 40. What amazing that was! I mean, they wanted Austin. Austin was playing hardball. Taker's like, "Yeah, I'll do it," and he got just as big a pop. So yeah, people are going to dine off that, and that is going to make WWE money for
decades, probably.
Decades, yeah. So non-comparable for me. Kurt Angle and The Undertaker rule over AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar so far.
I think that was the thing for me. Is like I don't even remember Brock Lesnar's dominance at SummerSlam. Like I remember his first SummerSlam, but beyond that, it's all kind of blends to one.
Well, but yeah, I think he beat The Rock, which is awesome. But then the following year, I think he lost to Kurt Angle. So already he's 1-1, and then he leaves, and you don't see him again until he comes back.
Moving on to the next one. Roman's 1,316-day title reign is far more important and impressive than John Cena's 17 individual title reigns. I'm not sure on that one.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. It's the age-old adage, isn't it? What's more important, Hogan because he won the title and held it forever, or Flair because he won it 16 times? It's the same sort of deal, but modern day.
But then there are fantastic people who've never held the title.
Again,
precisely. So it's difficult. I think really it's about what makes the most sense at that point in time, or what is or how important can that situation be made. So actually, when Cena was a 16-time champ, no one really talked about it, did they? It wasn't really that big a deal that he's matched Ric Flair, even though he hasn't, but that's a separate argument. So that wasn't a big deal, but all of a sudden it was a big deal when he did win 17. It wasn't really a big deal when he was 15, 14, 13. It wasn't a big deal when he overtook Triple H. So it's all about what you make of it. And it's like, Roman Reigns. Day 12 wasn't as important as day 1,120. I don't. Again, comparables. That's a really, really hard comparable. Personally, I just loved that bloodline. I just loved that storyline, and the power that title gave him. I appreciate John Cena. I don't appreciate a lot of his title reigns. I think he hogged the title a little bit, but that's not his fault. I get that, but. Some of those reigns, some other people could have been having longer reigns or better reigns. Sheamus, and a few others. Jericho, yeah. So personally, I didn't enjoy as many. I didn't enjoy 17 title reigns. Whereas when Roman Reigns won the title, I was happy, and I was getting more and more happy as he was keeping it. So if I'm being really honest, for me, I did prefer Roman Reigns. But is that a bigger accomplishment overall than 17? No, it can't be. You won 17 titles. It's the record for WWE. So
So I will piggyback kind of off that, almost to the letter. In fact, I will say that I enjoy going down to what I enjoyed specifically. I enjoyed more days of Roman's title reign than I did days where Cena was champ. Because even though he
yeah,
was my number one champ, did I put him as my greatest world champion? I did, didn't I? And then I
and
also
worst.
included him. Well, he was my greatest and like second worst or something. I can't remember. He might have been my worst. I can't
I think
remember.
he was worst.
He was also the worst. Yeah. So basically, there have been maybe 3 for me iconic Cena title reigns, 3 or 4 tops. The rest were pretty average or just like months here, months there, a couple of months here, a couple of months there, like squashing someone randomly for no reason here and squashing another person there. But Roman held the title. He came back. No one knew if he was face or heel. He came back. SummerSlam 2020, I think,
No, it's
because it was
oh,
no, it was after. It was the show. It was like
oh,
he
it was the
came
first.
back.
Yeah, I think it was the SummerSlam. It was the first show with a crowd after COVID, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't even 2021. I'm sure it wasn't 2021. I thought it was 2020 because he
Yeah,
came
no, I
back
think
while Bray Wyatt was the Fiend, and he beat the Fiend and Braun
yeah,
Strowman for the world title, and then held it forever.
yeah.
So that
Now
must have been 2020 because
August
Braun
2020.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
Payback.
Payback.
Yep,
That's it.
I
Because
had I had to
like
Google that.
Payback was like 2 weeks after SummerSlam when he actually returned, and then they had like the shortest build ever to Roman being in the match with Bray.
That's
And it
right.
was just like this makes no sense. But yeah, so yeah, from then all the way to WrestleMania 40, dominant, noteworthy, iconic, deliberate. Like everything Roman was involved in, whether he was being a face or being a heel or being a tweener or just coming out with the bloodline and making Jimmy and Jay pop and corpse deliberately with
Mm,
Sammy. And it was just like, because you're not feeling Usi, and it's just like everything felt important. It's all
so good.
stuff you can go back and watch. So yeah, that's why Roman is the more important one for me.
It's definitely the most enjoyable for me as well. I'll definitely go with that. But yeah, it's again, it's hard to pick. They're not like for like.
Zipping through these last few because they are kind of just one and dones. Prime Roman is a bigger draw than peak Hogan. I mean, numbers wise, I think it's fair to say probably not. Match quality wise, yes, but this
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
what we're talking about. We're talking about money. We're talking about numbers, and that makes Hogan, short of Austin, the biggest draw WWE's ever had.
This, I
So,
mean, the bottom line is he revolutionised the business. Austin re-revolutionised the business. The business hasn't been revolutionised by an individual since, and never will be
no.
again, because the business model has changed. They don't want the white hot person to be top. They want their manufactured person to be the top, and they want the product to be the most important thing. So that's not a knock on Roman. It's just he was never ever going to be allowed to be Hogan or Austin or Rock.
Perfectly fair. Moving on to the next one, which I think you mentioned off stream that you've seen already. Seth is a better all-round performer and a more consistent worker than Shawn ever was. We may touch on some of the things I think about Shawn in our roundtable discussion shortly, but I will open the floor to you. I will perhaps not speak too much on this one, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I just had to stop myself from throwing up over my laptop. No.
Agreed. Good. Moving on. John Cena's 2006 to 2012 run of being Super Cena, interesting, hurt the WWE more than the entirety of Triple H's reign of terror. In terms of the product, I'm inclined to. I don't know about you. I'm inclined to agree.
I found it
Like
far less watchable.
so many people stopped watching because of Super Cena. Nobody really stopped watching because Hunter beat Booker T with racism, or buried Kane and RVD week on week, or Katie Vick. Like, nobody really stopped watching because of Katie Vick. Katie Vick did numbers, okay, people?
Yeah,
This is the
yeah,
truth.
yeah. There's some bad, and also his reign of terror was like 18 months,
Yeah.
really. From 2004 onwards, he's fighting awesome, people with Michaels and
Yeah.
Benoit and all that. So, and
And
he
then
took his
DX.
fair share of losses. Yeah, and of course, he lost to Eugene for God's sake. So, Shelton Benjamin, he did put people over. For me, I've got to say, I agree with that. I loved. Triple H as a heel, that period of time, evolution, and the bottom line is people can say what they want about the reign of terror and how he squashed all the WCW guys, but the only person really to come over from WCW to make it was Booker T. So am I bothered that he beat Scott Steiner? No. I love Steiner, but let's face it, in the ring at that point in time, could he hang in
over.
WWE? Absolutely not. Goldberg, same scenario. So yeah,
Nash.
I've got no. But Kevin Nash. Let's not talk about that. But to be fair, he took his fair share of stuff from Rob Van Dam. I think if you went back and looked at him, he's probably only got 1 or 2 victories more over him. Whereas Cena definitely made me switch off.
A
100%.
lot of people would agree with that. So this one account had all of these takes. It was from Facebook. I can't remember the name of the account, but some of the things he was saying made a bit of sense, and a lot of it was bollocks. So who knows?
Well, I'm gonna go and find him and block him.
Some rough with the smooth on this one. But yes, we'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for joining us for our Hot Takes episode. Please, again, like, share and subscribe, and drop a comment with your own hot takes, and we will react to them next week when we are back as a 3. Otherwise, take care, have a great night, and we'll see you again.